Well, it's here guys, the biggest camping weekend on the calendar, the one that everyone rushes around for to find the free camps and booking weeks, months ahead. It is Easter long weekend. I'm in the van house and sorting out what's in here and packing while I've got the place to myself. I've got the aircon running and the blinds down because it is, I think, about 28 degrees today where we are, and of course there's some things hidden in here that I don't want to get too hot. So our early getaway is not going to plan. Oh, he's just come home. Yeah, we're not getting to this campsite until pretty late, I reckon. I've booked something. It's a free camp, but you've got to book, and I'm just hoping that getting there late means that nobody has jumped into our spot, because it's probably going to be like 10 o'clock to be fair by the time we pull up, so wish us luck.
Pulled into camp last night, 8 Mile Creek campgrounds, and we believe that this right here is the Newen Ponds Creek. See, just in that little rock pool right in front of us, how clean and clear this water is. It is absolutely unbelievable. It's flowing quite quick, that's a fact. 100 metres or so, it's the ocean. That quick little 2-minute walk from where I was sitting to down here. This is the mouth of Ewan's River, I think it is. Might go for a flick later on. Put a couple of small baits out maybe, chuck a couple of lures. See if we get lucky, not sure what we'll find. Probably a stray flatties cruising on by, maybe a ray, which we don't really want, but he can always go back. Yeah, this little swan just smashing up over the waves. There we go, bang. Wow, it's pretty wild actually for a free camp. Have this kind of situation at your doorstep. It's quite lovely. Beach goes on for days down there. You can see how high the tide comes in. I don't even know where all this seaweed's come from. There's nothing out there. You've got at least 100 metres or more of sand.
Like, I don't even know, not that long, maybe an hour, 2 at the most, since we came down here this morning to the beach, and the tide has come up so much. It's very shallow, but looks nice and clean in the water, even though there's heaps of seaweed dumped on the beach, but oh, it's still coming up. Old mate over there, hope he's not planning on driving across this creek. Yeah, nice and safe for the kids to have a paddle. It's so shallow, but big tidal zone. Thoughts on this spot?
My thoughts on this spot?
Yeah,
pretty good. Weather's been nice.
That's good today, yeah.
Even though I said it was meant to be overcast and rain.
I know,
that
yeah.
still might be coming. The grass is nice, soft, it's green, it's lush. Short walk to the water is always a bonus.
Come on, mate.
Yeah, just wish that creek was a little bit deeper so you could just do a little floating snork down.
It's moving so fast though.
Quick. So if it was a little bit deeper, it might have been on the cards anyway.
And we would have loved to have gone to Ewan Ponds and done some snorkeling up there, but it's still closed for the low water levels.
Hence the low water levels down this end.
Yeah, I don't know if this creek gets much deeper.
Doesn't look like it. Well, there's a few up near the bridge. There's a couple of deeper pockets, so you can definitely see that there will be pockets throughout the system here.
Oh, we're already back. Such a short walk.
Come on, lady.
And the booking system. So I booked this probably a week or more ago.
2 weeks ago.
Just kind of as like where are we going to go? Better book something. And when I looked online, so you book it through like the Grant Council website, and when you pull up here there's a QR code that you can scan as well, but obviously coming from 3 hours away I booked ahead. And yeah, we were a bit worried when we pulled up late that being that it's a free camp, there might have been someone in our spot thinking, oh well, it's empty, it's late, no one's coming. But when we come in, you're also supposed to be self-contained, fully self-contained, but when we came in, there was a couple of other tents further down the campground set up, and they've already cleared out now, probably about 2 groups that were just tents and swags. They've moved on, and there was no one in our spot, which was great, and the spot next to us is empty. And as it stands now, with a fully booked campground, because when I did book there was only one site available, and that's the one we're in, there's 2 people in this site. So there's a site on either side of the creek. We're at number 816, and there should be 7 sites in here, and there's only 2 that are, well, there's 3 that are occupied, but there's someone sort of like in the middle of 2 sites because they admittedly hadn't booked. So where are all the people that did book? Like, what's going on there? And it's a maximum 3-night stay or a 72-hour stay. And if you look on Wikicamps, sort of all along this coast, there are self-contained overnight camps that are 24-hour maximum. So this one being 3 days is the exception. The rest of them seem to be just overnight park up. And again, tents are not allowed, so... But there was plenty of people sleeping in tents here last night. So this is the booking system, QR code, and it's quite a valid message. I mean, why is this happening like everywhere? It makes it so difficult to book anything, or to, you know, not have a solid plan and just want to go find a place to stay for the night. And then, yeah, this is the map of the area. So there's the rules about fires. There are little fire pits, but I wasn't sure whether they were restricted to a certain time of year. And you're allowed dogs. You are allowed to use generators. So, yeah, that's all the info there. Hooked me up. So good. The Tide espresso bar in Port Macdonald, which is just 10 minutes from our campsite, and it is a beautiful little town. It is the southern rock lobster capital of Australia, so we're going to try to get our hands on some crayfish. The coffee is delicious, and we're so surprised that anything's actually open being that it's Good Friday, because we've been to SA before when it's a public holiday, and yeah, there was not even a pub was open. So
There's no pub here actually.
yeah, that's the one thing this town might be lacking. He was going to have a look at the real estate, but maybe no pub.
There's a beautiful old, what was that, customs?
Yeah, old customs house over there. And
It's a lovely old property.
yeah,
Lovely beachfront property too.
it's
Nice
just
pub.
quiet though too. Like, I mean, there's definitely people around.
Just a classic SA sleepy coastal town.
Yeah, like if this was on the Great Ocean Road in Victoria, like you wouldn't be
Or
able to
even
move.
Peninsula side of Victoria.
Yeah, true.
It'd be bonkers.
Wouldn't be able to get a car park. This playground would be like mental.
Screaming kids everywhere.
Yeah.
Found it. Relax. There's a pub here.
There'd have to be,
It's still on
surely.
the cards. Could be a potential real estate option. We found the pub.
We need to find the real estate agent now. This is the old original lighthouse site, and you can park in this car park for 24 hours if you're self-contained. So that's one of those campsites along here that I'm talking about, but there's very limited spots, and I reckon it'd be pretty windy night sleep up here.
Absolutely.
You'd have to pick it on a really good day. What a good like view though. Look at that.
Beautiful view. Weather's still holding up. There's a little bit of grey stuff coming along.
Actually had to put a jumper on because I felt like I was getting a bit too much sun on my back.
We have been to Port McDonald. We went and got some lovely squid rings.
Good Friday,
Good Friday.
no meat.
This is produced by Ferguson's Australia, which I believe is local to down here.
We're gonna go back and get some crayfish tomorrow.
Yep, crayfish tomorrow. Seems reasonably priced.
Yeah, that was $15
Yeah, $15, probably half a kilo in here.
for all that squid.
Yep.
And let's be honest, we're not gonna catch one for ourselves, so
Hey. Whoa. Whoa. That kind of attitude. Actually quite nice. What a delicious little sauce.
it's good.
Anyway, I'm cooking them and Amy's eating them straight away.
As soon as he
As soon as they come off the...
takes them out of there and puts them on the plate, I just eat them.
I might get one in a minute.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
I'm being influenced by the influencers. I'm going to try the Traveller. And Jimmy says I always open my beers only halfway.
Which I think is just ludicrous, but never mind.
Cheers.
What would I know? Cheers. Carlton Dry.
Traveller. It's not bad. I feel like you might think it tastes a little bit watery. Do you want to try?
Watery.
Yeah.
There's water in the caravan.
But you know how you always said that Northern's just tasted like water?
Yeah.
Maybe try this one. Oh, he's opening it properly. It's like refreshing.
Damn.
Okay, so that's a no from you?
Full strength.
Yeah. Yep, I don't mind it.
Yeah.
Never in my life seen a creek with like a bottom like that and the plants. I would absolutely love to dive Ewan Ponds or Piccaninny Ponds. I think it's very similar. Oh, obviously this water comes from there, Ewan Ponds. But Jimmy, we just read the sign up there. There's nothing that says you cannot go into the water here. Obviously the current's going really fast and it is cold, and I'm like, I don't want him to stand on any of the plants or damage anything. There's quite a deep little hole just there that's got pebbles or like river rocks in the bottom of it, so I think he was just gonna dip his head in and see what it's like. Is that right, Jimmy? Yeah. It's absolutely incredible. What a cool spot. Yeah, it is going to be cold. Here we go. Okay, the breathing is quite heavy. I think it's so freezing in there. Every now and again a wave comes up the creek from the tide rising, and whoa, it just got like
Foot deeper.
Yeah.
That foot that you want.
Yeah, the current is so strong. Is the drawback of swimming in the creek. He has got leeches.
Well, I got one there. I think there's one on my arm. There might be one on me.
Oh, now I'm gonna have to check you over. so far we have not found a place that has a stamp on offer until today at Port Macdonald. We got the boob stamp. That's what Jimmy said as soon as he saw it. But how cool, we got the first stamp in our adventure passports. And we're going to head into Mount Gambier today and perhaps see if we can get a stamp there as well.
Maybe Carpenter's Rocks?
Yeah, maybe Carpenter's Rocks as well. Maybe we'll just fill this whole thing up with SA. So this is all undermined under here. Wow. We have just pulled up at Carpenter Rocks, which was an option that I looked at to stay here for the weekend because there's a rec reserve here that looked quite spacious and is free. And we just drove past it and there's really like not many people there.
Half a dozen maybe, but
yeah.
the rec reserve's huge.
But it's a really big space and I just assumed, oh, free camp near the beach, like
Well, if you're hungry,
it'll be packed. But it isn't. And I can't see it filling up now. Although I'm not entirely upset that we ended up where we did because it's actually been such a good little spot, and the town of Port Macdonald, which is 10 minutes down the road, is lovely. Like it's a really good hidden gem, and I'm so happy that we ended up there. But we've just stopped at the Rocks shop.
Get rid of that Batman thing, please.
Kids were starting to get a bit antsy and it is lunchtime. And Jimmy has picked up some
Gourmet pies.
Gourmet homemade pies and they look delicious, so we'll crack into that.
The boys have got chicken, cheese and gravy pies, and we have a prawn lobster garlic pie.
Oh my goodness.
Gourmet.
We've gone the seafood option.
The capital T.
Alright, well you need to take the first bite and see
Straight from Satan's gates.
I've burnt my mouth out too many times.
It's good looking pie though.
Yeah.
What if the X means something?
I don't know if I've ever really gone for a seafood pie option.
Maybe have I.
But this whole area is
hopefully
really...
I'm not allergic to seafood pies.
No, you're not. You've had everything now. You've tried. So this one's got crayfish.
Crayfish, prawn and garlic. They're very garlicky.
Jeez. Yeah, I can smell it.
There's a real prawn right there. Wow. Like a pizza prawn.
Yeah.
And there's a bit of crayfish right there.
Nice. Yeah.
a colony of seals. And just here, between that big little rock and the big section of rocks, was one popping up a second ago. They're diving between each break. There goes one now.
So this was the other campground that I was talking about, the Admala Reserve at Carpenter Rocks, and it's actually $10 donation camping. So yeah, that's still very cheap. And there's a dump point here, barbecue and picnic area, playground. But like, have a go at the size of this area. Like, it's huge. And in my head I'm thinking, there's no way that this place isn't going to be packed out, being like a cheap, no booking, free / donation camp. But I reckon you could come here and you basically secure your spot anytime, unless there was like something on, like an event in the town or whatever. So yeah, there you go. Plenty of free options here in SA. Alright, well now we've found our way to Mount Gambier, and this is Valley Lake, which is a spot that we haven't been to before. We just turned at the caravan park and did a little bit of a drive around the hill here. Yeah, I think.
Strange though, you can boat and ski in this section, but you can't swim down here, which is very odd.
Yeah, and there's a nice little beach area. How's the serenity?
Well, it was beautiful. You just got a bogan. A bogan tearing laps in a jet ski. Charlie! No, that's not his name. Charlie's not his name.
Yeah.
Diego.
Dad's trying to figure out his name.
Davin. It's Davin. Oh, Bogan. Conservation Reserve. He's new attraction.
We have had a massive day out today. We knew that the weather wasn't going to be fantastic, so we decided to explore a few more of the little towns in this area, and then went to Mount Gambier as well. Jimmy caught up with a friend, an old friend, but we've come back basically right on sunset. It's pitch black now and it is drizzling outside, and it was a little bit gusty too. And of course, like always, we positioned the van with the kitchen facing into the wind. So we are cooking mac and cheese inside tonight. I really don't like cooking inside the van, so this kind of stuff is alright, like stuff in a pot that doesn't use oil or anything like that. And yeah, at least it's something to warm us up a little bit. We caught like no solar really today either. Even with the extra panel out, it was so overcast the battery only got back up to 89%, but we'll be driving again tomorrow, so that should be fine. It says we've got like, I don't know, go check over here. So just with that cooking and a few lights that I've turned on, and maybe the fridge cycling and stuff again, we're at 87%, and it says we should have 34 hours of battery left, so not stressed about that really. Yeah, but the sun just didn't really poke through today, but it was still quite balmy. It's even a little bit hot in here now. It's kind of sweating with this stuff cooking, so yeah, it's not cold by any means. And not sure what the weather's going to be like tomorrow, whether we just head back into Mount Gambier and maybe park the van up at a property there, or find another free camp between here and home for the night, because this spot is supposed to be 72-hour stay and self-contained, which we've said, but everyone here is sleeping in tents pretty much, and people have just been coming and going, so I have no idea about this booking system, but I guess I booked, I put my rego in and everything, so we'll leave tomorrow. But it has been a great day of exploring this area, and there's always something new to see, and I would still probably like to come back and maybe do the national park. We went to the lighthouse today, which was just inside the national park here, Canunda National Park, I think, maybe. I know there's some sand driving and four-wheel driving in that national park as well, so yeah, maybe we'll come back and do some of that. Camping margies, of course. Get him in ya. Is it some sort of native thing?
What's the native mammals?
It looks too like round and chunky. Just don't come in the van.
I kind of want to pick up. It's cute. Fluffy. It's a little ball with their eyes.
Yeah. Oh, he is cute. But yeah, I don't want him inside. And that's why I said, oh, look at his little hands.